Now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. Get ready for more of the best fishing information and the hottest tips on improving your angling skills. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Yamaha Outboards. Reliability starts here. Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. And by Rancho Leonero, where your wildest Baja dreams come true. And now, Southern California's sports fishing voice, the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray and Rock Cod Rick Maxa.
Welcome back. Hour number 2, Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Pete Gray here with Rock Cod Rick Maxa. What a great show here live at El Cajon Ford in El Cajon. Jeff Mariani from Cedros Kayak Fishing, and along with Ron Lane, debuting the brand new Hobie kayak. Your first opportunity to see it right here at El Cajon Ford. We're giving away a ton of stuff. We're opening the chutes, as we say, for our last live broadcast here.
Yeah, that's it. There's no more prizes after this one, so it all goes down. And there's a pile of stuff still that would be like what we normally start with just for the second hour. We've been giving away prizes for over an hour now. So, yeah, a great opportunity. Just come on down to El Cajon Ford. There's so much good stuff. Still plenty of time here for you to come and join us. And during every commercial break, Cowboy and Tommy P and Arnie are just giving away the farm, ASCO clothing, Shimano Colt snipers. There's so much good stuff that's given away during the breaks, and that's 100% for coming down and hanging out with us. And speaking of free, you can also get in on that awesome Shimano casting contest. And today in the casting contest, we're giving away a Shimano rod. We're giving away a fishing trip package that includes a full-day trip to go fishing on the San Diego out of Seaforth Sport Fishing, and to go on a trip aboard the Liberty out of Fisherman's Landing. So each of those are full-day trips. That's going to one of the other prizes for the casting contest, as well as a killer AFTCO belt and harness combo. So some great prizes.
Yeah, that belt and harness combo's worth well over a couple $100. The Max Force harness and the AFTCO Lejos belt. Are you kidding me?
225, 250 bucks, something like that. Yeah, I mean, we're talking some great prizes. And best of all, the winner of the casting contest qualify for one of the 2 big grand prizes. Again, grand prize number 1 is your own Hobie Mirage Drive kayak. Thanks to our buddy Ron here at Fast Lane Kayaks. You're getting your own kayak. And on top of that, you're going to get a chance to go fishing in a Hobie Mirage Drive kayak at literally the best place in the entire world to go do that, and that's at Jeff Mariani's Cedros Kayak Fishing. It's just going to be an amazing... The
Cedros Kayak Fishing Resort.
Yeah, I mean, it is. As we kind of talked about in the first hour, such a unique opportunity. And, I mean, you're staying at a buddy's house is what it is. And it's luxury, and it's comfortable, and the food is killer, and it's just an amazing trip. And somebody's going to get to go fishing on that trip. We're giving away the prize tomorrow on the show. Today's your last chance to qualify. In addition to that great trip, the grand prize number 2 is a trip down to Rancho Leonero. It includes fishing for 2, round-trip airfare from San Diego, Orange County, or LAX, and we sure want to thank our good friends at Alaska Airlines for allowing us to make that happen as well. A couple of fantastic prizes. Again, we're going to draw one of the qualifiers from the random draw at the end of the show today, and one of the people who wins the casting contest, they're getting their name in there for that awesome prize.
And so don't forget, we have 8 qualifiers, do 4 broadcasts, 2 more today. Everybody's going to win a pretty phenomenal prize that qualify. And the 2 grand prizes, of course, the kayak and the trip to Cedros Kayak Fishing and the Rancho Leonero trip on Alaska Airlines. Those are the grand prizes, but we've got Shimano Rods and Reels, Maui Jim sunglasses.
Trip on the Blackjack at a Dana
Landing.
Trip
on the Blackjack out of Dana Landing. Your own 4-pack trip.
Yeah, you win a charter.
Out of Dana Landing. Yeah, how about that?
It's just a really cool deal, and we're so stoked. So, yeah, I mean, anybody that was one of those qualifiers, you're walking away with a mega prize, and that mega prize might be $5,000 worth of, Hobie kayaks and fishing down at Cedros Kayak Fishing.
I mean, what's a trip on the Blackjack? It's $1,000 plus.
I'm sure.
Right?
I'm sure it's more than that.
It's
an awesome opportunity.
Thanks to Steve over at Dana Landing for donating that. And, lots of good stuff here at El Cajon Ford, Broadway and Main, and El Cajon. Come on down. Let's find out what's biting out there, Rick.
You got it, man. It's time for the Catch Report, which today is sponsored by the pros at Fisherman's Processing in San Diego. Not only do they offer the best processing for your fish when you return to the San Diego landings, now with Fish Pros The Market, you can purchase fresh fish, smoked and jerky fish, and their famous tuna burgers at their convenient Liberty Station location. Fish Pros have also become famous for their line of smoked spices, rubs, salts, as well as their smoked cheese. Pick up some at their Liberty Station location. Stop by and taste it. You'll be hooked. And those those guys are in for a very, very busy day today. Like, it's just one of those scheduling things. Somehow, like, damn near every boat in the San Diego fleet came back from big trips today, and those guys are going to have their work cut out for them because the fish are
They're going to be filleting.
Yeah, they're going to be filleting. Today would be a cool day to go down there, check out their little waiting room area that we talked about last week on the show, and just look through the glass and watch those knives flying on their cutting line. It's going to be a busy day at Fisherman's Processing,
no
for sure.
doubt.
Well, hey, let's start off our catch report up to Whalers Cove and find out what's going on. We got our man, Captain John Beaton, standing by. Good morning, John.
Well, good morning. I've been talking about Hobie Mirage Drive kayaks, and guess what I did yesterday? I went and guided a kayak trip up at Salt Lake near Hasselberg, and it was absolutely epic. I had a 17-year-old high school kid that just crushed it. He had 22 coho, several in the teens, and one of them was about 15 pounds. He released them all. He had plenty of fish from his time fishing here, so him, his dad, and grandfather went up, and they just caught fish after fish after fish. It was complete epic, lights out fishing up there, and that's what we have this time of the year, is some of the best coho fishing, not only in the saltwater, but in that upper, getting toward the freshwater where it's kind of brackish. It's really, really a fun fishery.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then that fleet of Hobie Mirage Drive pro anglers they have up at Whalers Cove, unbelievable, and can't wait. We're going to talk more about those a lot here in this upcoming year, and maybe even put a trip together with Ron, so taking people up there. So that's a fantastic deal. So prime time right now, almost the end of the season though, right, John?
It is. We've got 3 days left. We've got guests coming in today, and it's going to be mainly freshwater, a little bit of halibut, but mainly freshwater. And we're going to be closing up the lodge this coming week and looking forward to next season. But before we do that, I want to tell you a story that happened to me last week. It's never happened in 6 years, and it's a true testament to the quality of equipment that I have on the boat. We were anchored for halibut, and a school of Dahl's porpoise came along, and as the guy went to release his halibut gear with the lead ball on the bottom, this thing came up and grabbed the lead ball, almost ripped the rod out of his hand, and I've got that 2-speed accurate Boss 30, and it took off, and I thought for a second, what should I do? Should I cut the line? Because he's just screaming away. He's playing. He's got this lead ball in his mouth, and he's running away, and I thought, I'm gonna stick this in the rod holder, and I put it on full drag and stopped him in his tracks. And he started reeling it back toward him, and he opened his mouth and let it go, and there was at least 1,000 feet of line that we had to retrieve.
Oh my gosh!
What a trip!
Those Dahl porpoise are amazing. When I was up there, it was like we had them coming around the boat, going crazy. It was they put on quite a show. I think they just like to mess with you, right?
Yeah,
they do. I mean, why would he grab the lead?
Yeah, that's funny. That's a good story. I got to tell you, John, Whalers Cove, certainly my 16 days up in Alaska, my 4 days at Whalers Cove were the highlight of my trip. Such a wonderful place. I can't believe for 2019 there's only 4 spots left on our Let's Talk Hookup trip in August of 2019. So I'm not surprised. People go, they rebook right away because it's such an awesome, awesome place. And if somebody wants to book a trip to Whalers Cove Lodge, how do we find you?
Well, you can go to our website, whalerscovelodge.com. That's whalerscovelodge.com. Or you can call 1-800-423-3123. That's 1-800-423-3123. Check us out on Facebook and YouTube. Find out what we're all about, but you've been hearing it on the radio. This is a great place, very remote. It's not crowded with a whole bunch of other lodge boats. And we have everything really close to the lodge, yet we could still go an hour away to find something a little more secluded. We have 500 square miles of wilderness waters to fish with lots and lots of different species of fish. If you want to target yellow eye, we can do that. If you want to target black cod, we can do that, or Pacific cod, halibut, you name it. Talking about halibut, 2 days ago, I dropped in on a halibut spot at Parker Point. In 45 minutes, we had 17 halibut to the boat. We ended up just keeping 3. I had 3 guys on the boat. But talk about epic. And some of those were overs, some were legal keepers, but we were just having a ball, and that's the kind of fishing that you can have up here at Whalers Cove Lodge.
No doubt about it. Captain John Beath, appreciate that report from Whalers Cove Lodge. Are we done? Are there one more week left?
No, this is it. This is it.
Well, John, thank you very much for your season-long reports from Whalers Cove Lodge.
Great job.
We're looking forward to next year, and thank you very much to the Powers family and you for all your support of Let's Talk Hookup and the great job. Thanks, John.
See you, John.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Let's continue on with our Catch a Boat, our private boater buddy, Captain Mark Wish at Pacific Edge is standing by. Good morning, Mark.
Hey, good morning, Ricky, Pete, and Jess. Well, guys, it's September 1st, a special day. Meteorologically speaking, it is the first day of fall, but, of course, calendar-wise, we've got another few weeks of summer here, thank goodness. Either way, there's a lot of good fishing to be had. Offshore, at the islands, kind of status quo. Catalina especially, it's a holiday weekend, guys. It's very crowded. There are a few yellows around, mostly biting sardines and mackerel, but the squid situation dried up again, and the flying fish population is dwindling. At San Clemente Island, for you big bluefin guys, the flying fish setup is still pretty good there, front side east, and good numbers of yellows on the front side middle, up to the west there a little bit. Weather over there, as everywhere offshore, has really been an issue here the last couple days. Up to the west, offshore, some really good signal on the marlin fishing. That stuff rolled right through Catalina, kept right on going. The area now is kind of scattered from Point Doom over to the footprint and even more west to the edge of Santa Rosa Flats, which is where we caught huge amounts of fish in the 82, 83 El Nino. It might be setting up to be much the same. But multiple boats had big scores up there last weekend. The water got a little off color now. Fish been down a little bit, but they're surely not gone. So it'll be interesting to see where it pops back up. Off the beach down here closer to home, you know, in that Dana Oceanside zone, 8 to 10 miles off, water conditions have really been less than stellar, not too much showing in that dirty water. But past that, there's a nice clean edge. There's some kelps lined up on it. It's got a little bit of yellow and dorado and maybe a tuna fish swimming around that area there. A little bit farther offshore, 2 main areas to focus on if you want to get beat up by a big bluefin tuna. One is between the 499 and outside the Farnsworth Bank. Oh, my God, big schools of fish have been in there, straight tankers, and the weather's made it very tough to fish the last couple days. So we don't know for sure if they're still there or not, although my guess is they are because they've been there for a couple weeks. The other zone is that stock spot off the backside middle of Clemente. And again, weather's been a really large issue there, but no shortage of cows, including more over 300 pounds this week. I saw pics last night of one that was weighed, not taped, 319, caught on a private boat on a slow troll flying fish. Those live or dead flyers are really the answer, guys. That's why I mentioned flyers earlier in the report. And the live mackerels are also working, as are a properly rigged flat fall jig. And you definitely want to have your most perfectly maintained heaviest gear because there's so much of that big fish showing up in there again. So there's a lot of opportunity offshore, guys. It's a nice long holiday weekend. I hope you get out there and catch a bunch.
Great report, Mark. I mean, it is. I remember us starting to say it a couple of years ago. I can't believe you have a legitimate shot at catching a 100-pound bluefin, and then that morphed into, if you go this weekend, you've got a shot at legitimately catching a 200-pounder. If you went today, you legitimately have a shot at catching a 300-pound bluefin.
60 miles
from home. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, obviously they're not all that big, but I mean, you are 100% in the zone and have shots at catching a super cow on your own boat today.
Yeah, and of course, Danny from Fish Dope has had everything up there on fishdope.com. $20 off a new membership to fishdope.com using the code HOOKUPNOW. Lowercase, no space. HOOKUPNOW is the code for $20 off. New membership to fishdope.com. And how do we find you, Mark?
Well, P, we're in Huntington Beach. We're on the corner of Bolsa Chica and Edinger. The phone number at the store is area code 714-840-4262. The website's PacificEdgeTackle.com. And let me mention, guys, earlier in the season, we were so insanely busy with the bait tanks. The delivery got really slow. We fixed a lot of that issue. We're getting way caught up on deliveries, and we are making some really cool stuff for you guys. So stop in and check it out.
All right. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate that. We'll talk to you next Saturday.
Okay, you got it. We'll see you. Have a good weekend, guys.
See you, Mark. All right, now let's head on down to San Diego, over to Seaforth Sport Fishing, and talk to our good buddy Marcos. Marcos, I bet it was another busy week at Seaforth.
It definitely was, especially leading up to the holiday here. Definitely a busy weekend, and fortunately some busy fishing to go with that. Everyone is catching fish. Those half-day trips, they're catching yellowtail, bonito, calico bass. A few of those trips they had 20-plus yellowtail there, so definitely some good shots on there. The full-day trips fishing the islands, still catching a lot of fish there. It's very similar to what we've seen from us this season here. A nice mix of yellowtail, bonito, other fish mixed in there. There's a handful of bass and other stuff there. Those overnight trips, yellowfin, dorado, skipjack, we saw a big eye earlier in the week. The outer limits on its 2-day trip, 4 anglers had 3 bluefin over 200 pounds. Like you're just talking about, good shot at some of those big fish there. Some bigger other fish mixed in there, those bluefin and yellowtail also. So all around good fishing, and the tribute's just continuing in that. They called in about an hour ago, started off the day with 32 yellowfin and 35 skipjack on their first stop. So all around good fishing, weather's still nice, and like we talked about, I mean, for a lot of us, especially local fishing here is just getting started. We're going to see great fishing through September and October. So definitely check the website, seaforthlanding.com. Full schedule's up there for those half days, those full days, the 1 days, day and a half, 2 days. Nice variety up there. You can make your reservations straight online there. You can always give us a call to office, 619-224-3383. And you're always welcome to come down, check out the tackle shop, get your gear, get everything tuned up there. Like we just heard there, make sure your gear's in tip-top shape if you're going to get into some of those big guys there. And stop and have a rock cutter Rick for extra burrito, of course.
Sounds like a good plan to me, a good way to spend Labor Day weekend, Marcos, and even better would be to come go fishing with you because it is happening right now. Appreciate a great report as always, and we'll look forward to talking next week.
I'll talk to you then, guys.
All right. Hey, Tommy P. is here. He's going to give a report going fishing with Captain Benny Florentino. Tommy, first of all, thanks for helping out the cowboy, and thanks to Arnie for helping out the cowboy over there.
Just real quickly, I had a chance to jump in with Benny earlier in the week, and out of Long Beach, we had a heck of a trip. We were going out to the oil rigs is where he starts to fish at. We got into a school of yellowtail and had some real nice yellowtail, 15, 18 pounds. And then we got out to the rigs, and he started throwing, or he said, Tommy, put this on. It was an umbrella rig. I've never used that before.
An umbrella.
And I'm telling you what, I mean, every cast, multiple casts, double fish.
No kidding. How cool.
And I have never seen a guy get so excited about fishing as Benny does. I mean, he's fabulous. Brand new boat, 2019 Ranger, 25 foot, 300 horsepower. Get from point A to point B just like that. But I just wanted to throw it out there and say, and then the parking that he has, free parking, right there, free covered parking. So fabulous trip. If you ever have a chance, do jump on with Benny. He's very passionate about fishing.
Yeah, he is.
And you will catch fish with him.
Coastal Charters,
Benny Florentino.
And top-notch gear on everything. Boat, rods, reels, tackle, clothing, sunglasses.
He's got Shimano gear that Rick and I have never even seen.
It's true.
He had the 200 Tranks, and that reel is so small, the handle is bigger than the reel, which is not out yet. I guess they debuted it at the ICAST show, but it's not even out yet. But that was fun. So, and then the MC swim baits. Corey, you got it, man. Those surface ones.
Things work, right?
They work big time. Anyway, thank you very much.
All right, Tommy P., thanks for your help here at El Cajon Ford. Appreciate that.
All right, that's going to wrap up our catch report today, which, again, is sponsored by the smart bilge pumps from BGI. They make bilge pump switches and sensors designed to protect you, your vessel, and the environment. The BG1 oil and fuel detector could save you thousands of dollars in fines by detecting oil in your bilge and turning your pump off before you dump it into the water. Just one of several switches and sensors made by Blue Guard Innovations. Check bluebgi.com for more information.
So I got to tell you about my Blue Guard Innovation. Of course, I was gone for 16 days. I want to go check on field research, my boat, and first thing I went up top and looked at the counter on the BG bilge pump monitor, and it showed 0. So that means I had no issues while I was gone. A nice little sense of...
But say you do have a leak, that thing could have kicked on 40 times while you were gone, and you would have had no way to know it.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was
sweet.
it's a good thing to have. Check out bluebgi.com. Get one on your boat today for sure. Kurt in El Cajon. Kurt is here at El Cajon Ford, Broadway and Main in El Cajon. Labor
up,
Day
Kurt?
Sellathon going on right now.
Hello, guys.
Good morning, Kurt.
Morning.
Hey, I want to say thank you for that trip to Wheeler's Cove. It was a wonderful trip you guys
What
put
a
on.
place, huh?
It was great.
Yeah.
And I recommend that for anybody that can make one of those spots that are available.
Yeah.
They're hard to come by. So.
Yeah, they are, for sure. But what a beautiful spot.
Yeah. And best thing is my wife enjoyed it.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah.
And the weather was so good for 4 days.
Oh,
the ocean was like the glass on the windows behind you, which is so flat.
It was awesome. Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, great to have you and your wife up there with us.
Thank you. I have a question since you're talking about Cedros. I missed the show when you were talking with Tim Frankie about, I think there was some word about Cedros. And
access.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyways, can you tell us about that again?
Well, not really any progress that I know of on that front. And I know, Jeff, you've been helping out a lot trying to help the long-range guys get back in there and open it up to all Americans, not just the people that go down there. And
yeah, absolutely.
It's not the people on the island. That's something we want to make sure that they understand.
Definitely
one
no one
person
from the
on the
island.
Yeah.
Jose, he was trying to help the island, with keeping the shrimp trawlers out of there that just tear the bottom apart.
Sure.
We have so much bait, 20-mile bait balls now there, because he helped stop the Mexican purse seine boats from coming there and getting all the bait. The sport boats kind of got caught up in all that, but everyone's working on that to get those guys to be able to come back in. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Because they're not the guys doing the damage.
no, they didn't do anything really per se, to help, but they're not hurting anything. They come in, they catch some fish, they get out of the weather, they have a great lunch. You know what I mean? They see the beautiful island, and they're on their way. Like they're no impact to me.
Yeah, for sure. So no progress yet, but they're still working on it.
Okay, thank you.
Lots of
all
talk,
right,
yeah,
Kurt. Thanks for coming down to El Cajon Ford. Appreciate that.
I wanted to back one thing up too when we were talking about that, and Kurt talked about what a great spot Whalers is for bringing your wife. And there's a lot of places that you can go that are hardcore fishing spots, and then there's another amount of spots where you feel comfortable taking a wife or girlfriend. And when we were down there last time, I got to with Dallas, we got to go check out Cedros Kayak Fishing. I mean, that for sure, if you're looking for a spot that's very comfortable to take your wife, your girlfriend, somebody wants to go, I mean, that is for sure one of those places where it is very, very comfortable accommodations if you wanted to bring your wife on a cool trip.
I mean, that's why I got my wife involved. I didn't want just a fishing lodge. I wanted a place where guys could come with their wife. It's fun having your wife. I take mine all the time now. Like, she loves going down there. And, there's not swimming pools and things like that, but there's a lot to see out of those kayaks. Even in the Ponga, you know what I mean? There's so much to see, and
and you have rooms with their own bathrooms,
absolutely.
so you can put a couple in there, and
most definitely.
It's really, really, really just quite a place. Hey, Steve came all the way down from L.A. with his lovely wife, and always appreciate Steve coming by our Ford dealer remotes, coming down, and he is a Dodger fan.
I know, there's a lot of people here that wish they could wear this hat.
Dodger blue. People know I'm a Dodger fan, too. I grew up as a Dodger fan, and certainly with the team that the Padres are putting on the field this year, makes me even more of a Padre, of a Dodger fan.
I'm out of here, Jeff. It was a good show. I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, well. Anyway, I have a question about Cedros. I know for years before the airport was put in, boats used to go across to the island to supply the lobster fishermen that were there. So do boats still go across? Can tourists go across to the island by boat?
If you get down to like Bahia Tortuga area in that zone, you can get a Ponga ride across for sure. It's not like every day. You might sit there for a couple days, but you could get a ride. And then if you wanted to work something out with myself or whatever, like I could definitely send my boat across and come pick you up too. Like if we were doing a trip together, or
you want to do a Baja trip that finished with your place, something like that.
Exactly,
that'd be cool.
Exactly.
What a great idea!
Something
no doubt.
different,
Yeah.
And so, what about equipment to go fishing? Would you also supply that?
Yeah, we would just work it all out. I have everything down there, like more stuff than I need.
I can back that
up. But yeah, I have everything. I have so many guys that come from the East Coast already this year, and that's they bring nothing but their bag. And I have full spinning rod quivers. I have all Okuma stuff for fishing bass and yellows and stuff like that. So more.
Yeah, there's
more
a large
stuff
population of Americans that live down that way, and to come back up to Ensenada just to fly down there again is
what
ridiculous.
a great idea.
Boy, that is a great idea.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, guys.
And
all right, Steve, thanks.
That's one of the things that Jeff and I were just talking about. Just call him. His phone number, his cell phone is on the brochure.
Yeah.
Call him and say, hey, I want to do this.
Do a custom trip.
That's it. I mean,
and being a small operation, he can do that kind of stuff.
Every guy I've been going down there with has little things he wants to do. They just call Jeff. And that's what's so perfect about your spot is that it is like fishing with one of your buddies.
Yeah, totally. Hey, this portion of the show is sponsored by Dana Landing on Mission Bay, your one-stop shop for everything you need to go fishing. A complete saltwater tackle shop, full deli, Mexican and California licenses. They have trips and six-pack charters on the beautiful Blackjack as well as the Impulse. And when it comes to freshwater tackle, check out East County Bait and Tackle, full of all the freshwater tackle and live bait that you need for a great day in the lake. Dana Landing is right across from SeaWorld next to the Dana Lawn Tramp in Mission Bay. And East County Bait and Tackle, they're at the end of the 67 freeway at Mapleview and Lakeside. Check DanaLanding.com. And when we come back, we're going to be taking your phone calls, take a lot more stand-up microphone questions. You stay tuned. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
This is Greg Stotesbury from ASCO. For more than 58 years, the American Fishing Tackle Company has been recognized as the premier manufacturer of precision-built offshore fishing tackle. ASCO continues this tradition today with an innovative technical fishing clothing line designed and built by fishermen for fishermen. From our next-generation waterproof shorts like Tactical or Stealth to our new anhydrous waterproof jacket and bibs, the entire ASCO clothing line is purpose-built with the latest AFTEC fabrics and features designed to deliver for the demanding angler. To find ASCO products, go to AFCO.com and find a dealer near you.
This is Brandon Hayward with Bite Sport Fishing, here to talk about Parker Boats and the crew at West Coast Marine. In the spring of 2013, I bought my first Parker. When it came time to rebrand from one-man charters to Bite Sport Fishing and add to my fleet and start running out of Davies Locker, Newport Beach, and Fisherman's Landing this summer season, I chose a Parker. When clients ask why I chose Parker, I always say, I could have had any boat, but my 2320 is perfect for my white sea bass, offshore, and lobster program. Almost 6,000 hours on my 2320 Pilot House over the past 6 seasons has shown me that Parker is the ultimate West Coast charter boat. It's what customers expect. These stout workhorses offer everything anglers need, as in a stable platform with huge deck space for our West Coast style of live bait fishing. Parker's a big reason why I run more charters than any other small boat operation in Southern California. I like my 2320 so much that I bought another one. And while you never know what's going to happen with fishing, I know it won't be my last Parker I buy from West Coast Marine. If fishing isn't something you do but who you are, then Parker's for you, be it a one-day charter or a lifetime of ownership. If you're ready for a new Parker at a fair, upfront, and honest deal, you need to go see Kevin Kelly at West Coast Marine. Check out their inventory and information at westcoastmarine.com.
When you put on a pair of Maui Jim sunglasses, the world begins to look different. Colors are more vivid. Contrast is clearer. Details are crisper. Wherever your vision leads you, beauty follows. With polarized lenses that eliminate glare and enhance color, Maui Jim sunglasses won't change the world. They'll change the way you see it. Color, clarity, detail. Maui Jim.
I got a garage full of fishing tackle, and every time I get out on the water, I realize I forgot something important. But I never forget my life jacket. I make sure my buddies wear theirs, too. Save the ones you love. A message from California State Parks Division of Boating and Waterways.
Turner's Outdoorsman, Southern California's #1 shooting, hunting, and fishing tackle retailer since 1971, is right in your neighborhood. Now 19 stores and more to come throughout Southern California. No one does it better. Turner's Outdoorsman brings you the best prices and selection, plus a knowledgeable staff that will help make your day on the water or in the field more fun. Stop by your neighborhood Turner's Outdoorsman. To find a location nearest you, check the web at turners.com and sign up for special deals and more.
XEPRS 1090 AM, Rosarito, Baja California.
San Diego's sports leader. The home of ESPN Radio. The mighty 1090.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090, again live here at El Cajon Ford, Broadway and Main in El Cajon. Very easy to find. Just take the 8 freeway out to the Greenfield exit and head south. You'll run right into it. But yeah, great opportunity here. Again, if you want to get through, be a part of Let's Talk Hookup this morning, 858-457-1090. That's our local number. Or toll free, 877-792-1090. Or better yet, if you got a question about Cedros Kayak Fishing, just step up to the microphone, see Tommy P. or the Cowboy, let them know that you want to ask a question, and we'll get you hooked up with Jeff.
They're giving away some prizes today, huh?
That's crazy, man.
Hey, Arnie. Where's Arnie?
Arnie's probably at the prize table, I'm sure. It's been Arnie's getting ready to make his cast here.
So. Oh, Arnie. Okay, well,
Arnie was on the on-deck circle.
It was on-deck circle. Well, we'll bring Arnie up. He has a question, and want to thank him for picking up the Cowboy this morning and being down here and helping us out.
And not a problem, guys.
As well as Arnie will be hosting our Liberty trip coming up. We have two-day trips on the Liberty. Which one are you hosting?
First one.
The first one on the 16th. That's the one that Gamakatsu is sponsoring and giving away a Gamakatsu package and lots of prizes on those. It's sold out.
Yeah, it is.
Sold out. But the second one, departing September 23rd, that Dave will be hosting, Dave Dolan, has, I believe, 8 spots available on that trip. This is a deal. $650 per person, limited to 25 passengers. Food and Mexican permits.
No kidding.
Food and Mexican permits included.
That's crazy. Yeah,
Are
that's
you
a really
kidding
good deal.
me? For $650 on the Liberty with 25 people?
That's
I mean,
gonna
what
be
they
good,
take yesterday? 60?
I'm sure.
Right?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
When I
That's
trip
a
a
great
couple
trip.
months ago, it had 51 on it.
Yeah, so there you go. It's like not even half full.
No, that's a great deal.
Yeah, it's a great deal. So if you want to go on that trip, the one Arnie's going on, sold out. They heard Arnie was going and sold out.
I want to go too.
And then Sunday, September 23rd through Tuesday, September 25th, that absolute primest of prime time for
No
Southern
doubt.
California fishing. Go to fishermanslanding.com and book that trip.
Yeah, thank you,
And
guys.
go fishing with Dave.
Yeah, you bet. You can't miss going with Taro.
Yeah,
that's for
no
sure.
doubt about it.
Yeah. Question I actually had was for
Jeff.
For Jeff, yes. What is basically your normal season there?
Pretty much June through October is prime time. I have a lot of early season trips, February, March, April, where we target like halibut and like the bigger bass, but mostly halibut. But like this year, halibut was pretty much done for the bigger guys like in February, and we were into the yellows already. So, but yeah, pretty much June to October is like the main prime
That's your
time.
main. But not. But you can go down if you want to customize a trip.
Like all year. I mean, there's great fishing all year, you know, and for me especially, you know, like I want to show people the island during the winter, you know,
Sure.
so I can buy tickets, you know, on the Mexican Airlines up, you know, maybe up to 7 days before. So if there's weather coming and stuff, like we just either move it or cancel it.
That's cool.
So
Yeah.
I'm not trying to keep people's money. Like I want to try to show
Right.
people it during the winter, you know what I mean? And it's rad.
Sounds like fun. Let's go.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm down for a wintertime.
Yeah,
bass
Ron's
trip down
going.
there.
Yeah, man.
I absolutely
January is
love
such
it.
good bass fishing down there.
Yeah, fun
It's
time.
Crazy.
And Ron, I tell you what, that kayak, man, that's something else.
It's looking pretty good.
Dang straight.
So what are you going to do with the old Outbacks, Ron?
Well, you know, you ever heard of those clearance sales?
Yeah.
We're having a clearance sale.
Oh, okay. Because I love the old Outbacks. It was my favorite kayak that Hobie made.
You
Now
know-
this new one's like now my new favorite, but
Well, wait till you try it. It will be your new favorite.
yeah. But the old Outbacks have got to go, so you're going to have a sale at Fastlane.
You know, there's nothing better than an Outback just for all-around fishing. I mean, for fishing in kayaks, that thing just could not have been a better design for. Well, it's been out 18 years.
Yeah.
18 years of
pretty
a
awesome.
product that's been number one in sales for Hobie for many, many years.
Yeah.
And to mess with your number one, you got to be pretty confident.
Right.
You know, I mean, a lot of guys go, hey, don't fix it if it's not broke. Well, we had no idea what they were doing. This was all new, surprised on us just in the last week. They announced it a week ago.
They didn't even have it at ICAST.
No, it was all undercover.
Yeah.
Everybody who'd ever seen it was under, you know, signed letters of non-disclosure.
Yeah, yeah.
But, you know,
cool.
they've gone top secret up there because everybody's trying to knock them off.
Yeah.
I just was at the Paddle, you know, sports retailer
Sure.
show. Nobody's even close. Not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close to an old Outback. So
Wow.
if you had an old Outback for sale, it's still in the industry the number one kayak until you see this.
Amazing, for sure. Hey, Arnie, thanks for coming down. Thanks for
Arnie.
all your help and support, and Let's Talk Hookup. Bill from Carlsbad is here. Came down from Carlsbad. Thanks, Bill, for coming out. Appreciate it. Oh, he's getting his shoes back on here. They were chesting out shoes.
What's up, Bill?
All right. Thanks for coming down.
Thanks, man, for having me. Hey, Ron, it's for you, man. Big body. What kind of kayak?
Oh, that's a big body kayak. Absolutely.
Is it now?
Well, the Outback has always been very wide. They added another inch of width to it, and you'll notice I always say this. You need a nice fine bow and a big butt. That back end of that kayak is big.
It's big.
And
that's where your stability comes
Stability comes from that. Yeah, you got bait tanks you want to put back there. Buoyancy's key. It's gained buoyancy. So, no, everything that the Outback was with stability and maneuverability and speed has all been increased. It's faster. It's more stable. It's lighter. I mean, yeah, it's a fantastic boat. Now, today you can go, I mean, this is the only one on the West Coast that you can try right now. They don't even start shipping them until Tuesday because of the holiday. And we couldn't show it till September 1st.
Oh, okay.
Which coincidentally happened to be today.
Today. And that's when Ron came in. Hey, I got the kayak. Can
I
come
was
to Ford?
Thursday.
Yeah.
See, they're closed on Friday. I was there Thursday morning at 6:30 at Hobie picking this thing up.
Yeah. So you're going to have it in the water at Fastlane today at Dana Landing.
A little tutorial.
Free demos, free barbecue.
Yeah.
What's wrong
right
with that? Labor Day weekend barbecue with free demos on the water?
And you know what else we'll have? We'll have the Compass there, which is a 12-footer. We'll have the 12-foot Pro Angler. We'll have the old Outback and the new one. You can try all of them in one spot. It will only take 15 to 20 minutes and maybe a hot dog.
Yeah, there you go.
I know one of the things that Pete and you have always, kind of bragged about is how comfortable the new seat was. Does this boat have that same?
I missed that. Okay, this seat is actually improved because the setting you want to be in is up. And now the default settings or when you're always up. You want to be up. Now you can lower it down if you want, rather than be low and raise it up.
Gotcha.
And the other thing is they added 1.5 inches to the width of the seat. So, I mean, come on. I don't know anybody who's getting lighter. Well, not me particularly. Having that extra width and being able to turn to get into the bait tank is very comfortable.
Pretty awesome.
Now, what about the boats down at Cedros Kayak Fishing? Similar seat setup. I know that's like such a big deal when you're on the water, especially long days. Cedros Kayak Fishing, you can potentially be on that boat all day long.
Hours,
and same seat style setup that we have down there.
Absolutely, yeah. I got everything from Ron, so I have those are the 2016 seats.
Yeah,
or whatever?
And he had the Advantage seating then, same seat now, but the new Outback, which he's going to be taking delivery of as soon as we can get enough of them, will be wider, even better.
Wider, yeah.
But funny about that, how many hours were we actually in boats some days that were just jonesing fishing? How
10,
long?
11 hours.
Yeah.
I mean,
and Chris Minnick on that Islander trip this year was in his boat for 13 hours straight.
That's crazy.
He didn't even get out for lunch.
Yeah. He had somebody pass him a cheeseburger and away you go.
It was actually
literally
pork
I passed
tacos.
them. Yeah, I passed them some tacos. Hey, thanks a lot for coming down.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
Great question.
Hey, nobody doesn't like Sara Lee. Come on, Sara Lee. Sara Lee is up next here at El Cajon Ford.
Hi, Sara Lee.
Hi, Sara Lee.
Thank you guys for another wonderful season.
Thank you. Thank you guys for coming.
Because Sara Lee likes food. What's happening with the tuna? With the changing of the weather, have they changed their patterns?
Rick, you're more in touch. I've been north for a
the
few
tuna
weeks.
fishing has done nothing but get better in the last few days. Depending on what a person wants to go do, there's two options. If you were jumping on board, to go on an overnight trip right now, the two options that exist would be going to the south, which is mainly variety fishing. There's very good fishing for yellowfin tuna, dorado, yellowtail, but they're small. They're very eager. They're fun. They're very fun fishing. They bite Colt snipers. They bite poppers. And they're not dinky small, but they're small. They're 8 up to 30 pounds, but realistically they're like 8 to 12 pounders. But fun, light tackle fishing, very good. The fishing out to the west has been much slower for numbers, but your opportunities, those giant ones you guys talk about, 150 to 200 pounders. The big thing that happened this week was that there was a big influx of, call them very big school-size fish, 40 to 90-pound bluefins. And there were several boats that had really good scores. And how that came about was there was a naval closure in tight to San Clemente Island, which tight to the island is where we're catching that big bluefin. The boats were forced to fish farther outside and bumped into those really good schools of 40 to 90 pounders. So there's a lot of options that exist with tuna fishing right now, as Mark Wish said, the biggest problem we had the last few days was it was just really windy. But today is the day that wind is supposed to come down, and it's supposed to be very nice for the next few days. So,
and typically September, October are best months of the year right here in San Diego.
This is what we all look forward to,
Yeah.
and the setup is certainly right for it. There's a huge amount of bait around. There's options of numbers fishing on small fish. There's options for trophy fishing on giant ones. The setup for at least the next 2 months is really, really good.
All right. Thanks, Larry. Thanks for you and Dave coming down. Appreciate that very much. Nicholas from Denver, Colorado came.
Wow.
He came.
That's a haul.
That's a long way to come for a live broadcast.
I think you win. I think you win longest travel.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for coming down to Cajon Ford this morning.
Yeah, definitely. I got a small car, and I want to get a kayak, so I can't obviously fit that on top.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I was
can?
just going to say you are challenging the wrong guy right there.
Well, no,
I've seen amazing things.
See that plastic piece in the back?
Yeah.
That is a stand so that you can hook up the bow, put it on a side loader, and pop it right on. I have a video I'll show you right after the show.
Okay.
That'll blow your mind. Biggest kayak on a Prius. Pro Angler 14 on a Prius by myself. Easy.
Okay.
So they have adapted methods and racks.
If they came out with a new app back, it had to be at least as good as every other feature on every other boat. I can show you on that one right after the show. It's so easy.
You will be amazed. It's the truth. I mean, you don't need a truck to deal with one of these things. I mean, from the smallest passenger gas saver car, you can for sure they'll adapt a rack right to your car at fast lane, and they'll show you how to use it. I mean, that is a non-issue.
Okay.
But a great question.
Yeah. And I mean, if you really needed to, I've seen them put inflatable kayaks inside of a smart car.
Well, that's what I was going to ask about, is about your inflatable kayaks.
That I-11 is our second biggest seller.
Okay.
I couldn't believe it. I got our numbers at that show from our reps. Second biggest seller is the Hobie I-11.
Show up and
blow up.
Yeah.
I got it.
Awesome.
And we've with the help of some of my favorite guys that I fish with, Chris Minnick again, we designed this little plate that goes on it. Will hold all your rod holders and your fish finder.
Nice.
Wow.
And your transducer, and it just sits on the boat.
Wow.
And when you put the chair on, it locks on.
Wow.
So you're not hurting the boat in any way, not gluing stuff to it.
Fantastic. All right. Well, thanks. Hey, thanks for coming down
that guy,
from
two
Denver,
great
Colorado.
questions.
Hey, Dave, drag you away for just a second from the casting contest. Hang tight there, casters, because Dave's got a report from our Let's Talk Hookup Searcher trip.
Yes, just got back from that Searcher trip. Had a really good group of people there. One thing I'd like to say about the Searcher is Art now has a second captain that is running the boat. That'd be Sean Trowbridge. I don't know how many of you remember Sean from past years.
How can you forget Sean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I fished with him 25 years ago on the Mascot 6, several on the Legend. Well, anyhow, he's got to be one of the fishiest, hardest working captains out there. He ran a great trip. So everybody got to try out the Shimano gear. We were on fish just about all day long. It was a lot of catching. The one unfortunate thing, it was mainly skipjack, but we did have a mix of yellowfin and some Dorado in there. One thing I got to say about the Shimano flatfall jigs, we had quite an unusual catch. One guy was using a flatfall on 40-pound test. He caught and landed a marlin.
Wow.
How cool.
Everything
on the flatfall.
On the flatfall, 40-pound test. So really good trip. Had a lot of fun. There was a lot of catching on it.
That's cool,
awesome,
Dave. Thanks, Dave. You better get back. Got a lot of guys casting. Who's winning so far?
We have a winner, Dave Dodge. Now we're doing a big cast-off.
You're doing a cast-off?
For second and third place.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Very good. All right, thanks, Dave.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Dave.
that. All right, hey, I want to have a couple more questions about Cedros Tackle, Cedros Kayak Fishing for Jeff. Cool. One of them being, if somebody wants to book a trip with you, I know you probably already have a bunch of trips that are sold out for 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Or in 2018, can anybody get on?
Pretty much, I kind of left October for myself this year.
Ha-ha!
But if
Great month.
Yeah. If someone wanted to come down, for sure. You know what I mean? Just give me a call. You know.
Yeah. So you're going to hang out there for the whole month of October?
I'm going to try to have some fun fishing. Yeah.
Can't wait to see you.
It's been a hard year, and then that's a good opportunity for me. It's still great fishing, and so I take my crew. You know what I mean? My crew
how
fish.
cool!
Oh, it's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So
that's really nice.
Yeah, looking forward to that. But if someone wanted to come down and enjoy some really good fishing, that's a good month.
November's a good month too, right?
I'm going in November.
Yeah.
So Chris Minnick.
As far as packing and that kind of stuff goes, for guys that are going on your trips, what are the things that we need to bring? Do you need linens or sleepings or any of that kind of stuff? What should we be prepared for when we're doing a Cedros kayak trip?
So at my house, you pack lighter on your clothes because we're spinning loads in the laundry every single day. So if you're coming on a 5-day trip, you just bring 2 sets of fishing clothes basically.
Right.
Because you fish in them one day and then you put them in the hamper that night, and then Terry and Jesse, take care of everything the next day.
So cool.
Linens, all that kind of stuff, towels, all that kind, everything. We have all that stuff at the house.
You really can pack light.
You can pack really light.
Yeah. And if you don't even want to bring rods and reels, you can just.
Absolutely.
Just
pack ultralight.
Pack ultralight and rent them from your tackle store.
Next year, we're going to be able to bring down the stuff we want. You know what I mean? Working with my pilot, he told me, he knows how to pack the plane and everything and put stuff where we need to put it. And as long as everyone's packing in duffel bags and things like that, he's going to be able to get our stuff on the plane.
So when do these flights start? When are you going to start the flights out of Temecula?
Basically. My season's pretty much winding down. I have 4 or 5 trips left, and then, like I said, I kept October and open for myself. But everything pretty much next year is running through there. We already have our schedule set with the airlines and everything. So basically, and again, 2019.
If somebody joined the show late, that was the big announcement. Your own flight out of Temecula directly to Cedros Island.
Absolutely. So we're. Just to explain it a little bit, we're, a Friday to Monday trip now is 3 full days of fishing. We leave Temecula area at 7 a.m., quick stop at San Felipe, which is about an hour and 20-minute leg. We get our visas, and then another hour and 20 minutes we're at Cedros. So by 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, we're on the island. And as quick as you can get ready, we're going out fishing.
Yeah, you're fishing by 10.
We're fishing.
Yeah.
And I'm going all the way to Punta Norte. I'll go anywhere.
On a 4-day trip, you could get 4 days of fishing.
Yeah, a Friday to Monday, which is a 4-day trip. We're fishing 3 days.
Fishing Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
and then you're out of the island by 9:45 the next morning. We wake up, we have a nice breakfast. You're out of there. You're in Temecula by 12:30, 1 o'clock
on Monday.
So cool.
Monday afternoon. Yeah.
Wow.
So you'll be in L.A. within an hour, San Diego within an hour from there. Wherever you go.
That's a nice, convenient deal.
We have nice free parking. There's no fees for parking or anything like that. You pull up, you park right by the hangar. Nice, safe.
You excited to go down there next week, Ron?
Oh, I'm jonesing.
Yeah,
I know. I can't wait.
Yeah, the fishing's really good.
I worked hard this year, and I'm looking.
You're ready.
So forward.
You're ready.
That's cool. Hey, when we come back, we got more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way, including giving away a ton more prizes. We're going to find out who's winning that great Anza fillet knife and more. You stay tuned. Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
Have you been looking for a live bait hook that keeps live bait alive? Look no further than Japan's leading fish hook, Gamakatsu. It's the little things that make the difference, and Gamakatsu hooks drive the point home. With an absolute perfect bend and ideal barbs, your bait swims harder and longer. And when you get bit, Gamakatsu hooks bite back with a vengeance. All hooks are not the same. Go with Gamakatsu for infinite success. Gamakatsu, simply the best. Check Gamakatsu.com. The Longfin in Orange, Southern California's premier fishing superstore, is having their 7th annual parking lot show and Customer Appreciation Day, Saturday, September 15th. This is truly a big event with unbelievable sale prices from all participating manufacturers. Meet reps from Shimano, Power Pro, Seeker, Phoenix, Daiwa, Avet, AFCO, Accurate, Berkeley, Mustad, Okuma, MC Swimbaits, CalStar, Seagar, and more. Over 20 manufacturers will be there. Take advantage of tremendous savings on fresh and saltwater tackle, free reel service with minimum purchase. Plus, you can win big as the Longfin shows their appreciation with a huge raffle with hundreds of free giveaways. You will certainly find what you want at unbelievable prices for this one-day-only sale. It's all happening Saturday, September 15th from 7 to 7 at the Longfin, 2730 East Chapman, just off the 55 freeway in Orange. For directions or more information, check out the website at thelongfin.com. Quality is the name of the game at Seaforth Sport Fishing in Mission Bay. Free parking and fully stocked tackle shop, plus a great fleet. It's no wonder Seaforth Sport Fishing is a favorite among anglers. Come aboard top boats like the Aztec, Cortez, Endeavor, Apollo, Outer Limits, El Gato Dos, Pride, Tribute, Tomahawk, Prowler, Pacific Voyager, and the Voyager. Plus, the new Seaforth, Sea Watch, and San Diego offer the finest half and full day trips available. Seaforth Sport Fishing. For charters or regular open party schedule, check seaforthlanding.com. Run by fishermen for fishermen in Mission Bay.
Hey, this is Rosie with Cedros Sport Fishing. Cedros Island is considered the yellowtail and calico bass fishing capital in the world, and nobody does it better than Cedros Sport Fishing. We are committed to providing first-class service to our guests, as well as an unforgettable fishing experience. We have made a good thing even better. We now have a direct flight departing to the CBX in San Diego. Leave home in the morning and fish in the afternoon. We have a beautiful waterfront lodge with first-class accommodations and meals. What are you waiting for? Call me at 619-772-7570. Or check out CedrosSportFishing.com. Book soon. Trips are going fast.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Wrapping it up live from El Cajon Ford. Beautiful El Cajon here at Broadway in Maine. The big winner of the Anza Filet Knife, drawn by Jeff, sitting right next to me. That's going to Kurt from El Cajon. Kurt, you got yourself a brand new Anza Filet Knife. Congratulations.
All right, come on up and collect it there, Kurt. And thank you very much, Jeff Mariani from Cedros Kayak Fishing, Cedros Tackle. Fantastic indeed. And Ron Lane, Fast Lane Kayaks. Boy, what an opportunity to come down to Fast Lane Kayaks and check out that new Hobie Outback, huh? So you're going to be doing a barbecue and a demo in the water today. As soon as you get back to the shop, it's on.
Right. We'll get the Traegers going, and we're going to be putting boats in the water. We're going to do the reveal at 1 o'clock. The barbecue starts at 12, and we'll be demoing all afternoon.
Fantastic. And Rick, draw the random qualifier here.
All right.
Our last random qualifier for the big prizes.
All right.
He's digging it right here.
The last qualifier for the big trip is going to Dave Myers. Dave, you are the last qualifier for winning that for that big trip. So you will find out tomorrow exactly what that ticket's going to get you.
Yeah, congratulations, Dave. And of course, Jeff Mariani. If somebody wants to come to Cedros Kayak Fishing, how do we do it?
You can go on our website, cedroskayakfishing.com, or just give me a call, 760-412-2507. No matter who you're traveling with, I want to make sure you come to Cedros and have a good time and have the right gear. Just give me a call.
For sure. And that's your cell phone. You'll answer it.
I answer all the time.
All the time. Yeah, fantastic, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you for the generous donation for the big grand prize, both Ron and yourself. We'll be somebody's going to be a lucky person to go on that trip and have that new Hobie Mirage Drive kayak tomorrow. You'll know all about it. I want to thank Paul Dyke and all the guys here at El Cajon Ford for their great support here. Don't forget the Labor Day Sell-a-thon. It is the time to buy a Ford car or truck. Labor Day Sell-a-thon going on now at El Cajon Ford. Thanks, Paul, for all your support of Let's Talk Hookup and the fishing community. And don't forget the Paul Leader first annual tournament coming up on September 15th and 16th. Like $18,000 in prizes for that. Unbelievable at El Capitan and San Vicente. You can get more details at elcajonford.com on that great tournament. So be sure to check that out. And tomorrow morning, 7 to 9 a.m., John Island from Rancho Leonero will be in the studio with us. And don't forget, that'll be time when we're drawing the grand prize winners from right here at all the events here. Thanks to the Cowboy. Thanks to Tommy P. Thanks to all the guys. Thanks to Dave and, of course, Grant on the casting contest. Arnie and all his support. All the guys that help us out with these San Diego County Ford dealers. And thank you very much all for coming down here. We'll see you back on the radio tomorrow morning, 7 to 9 a.m. on the Mighty 1090.